All right, thank you so much, Howard and Kelly. And now who you're looking at is little Betty Boop. And Betty is waiting for you over at the Buffalo Animal Shelter. Look at that face. You cannot resist that face. Betty is just 5 to 6 months old, and she's in the lap of Dustin Yerman, one of our wonderful volunteers. And Dustin, how long has Betty been there?
She was just surrendered to the shelter the other day, so she just went up for adoption today, so she's pretty new to the shelter. I guess the owner, whoever had her, found her, and they tried to keep her, and the combination of dogs was not the best for them, so she's going to need a little work. Obviously, she's a puppy, so puppies do require time, energy, attention. Yep. They have a lot of energy to burn off, so she's going to need some training and all that fun stuff, but that's typical of any dog this age, honestly.
No question. She's doing great.
She is a lover of people, and she's very eager to please, so with some time and effort, she will make a great pet. Just you're probably going to have to sacrifice some shoes and other things to the gods of puppies once you take her home.
How big do you think Betty Boop will get?
You know, she won't quite double her size, but she'll probably get half again as big. So she's not going to be a huge dog. I think she'll actually end up being a nice medium-sized dog for somebody. So there you go. Kind of a perfect size.
Yeah,
so,
she's waiting for you.
Yeah, very sweet.
I see her being with young kids. I just see them all growing up together. You know, just loving it.
Yeah, very sweet.
Dr. Sue Wailagala is here, our local veterinarian, to talk about skin issues, and something we're going to start seeing pretty soon is why is my dog always scratching? Right?
It's you know, it's probably, if not the #1 thing, it's right up there, thing that we see on an everyday basis, and that is dogs with skin problems. And certainly the most common underlying thing are underlying allergies that trigger an itch response and a skin response for your pet. And sometimes it's seasonal, so many times it's starting about now as the grass and everything else is starting to bloom. But there's lots of different causes for skin disease in dogs, and there's many different medication options and treatment options depending on how itchy your pet is and whether it is a seasonal problem or it's a year-round problem. You know, people always talk about food allergies, but food allergies only make up about 10% of skin disease in dogs. So it's not as high as we think it is. It's usually a lot of other environmental allergens. So if your pet is itching and it is to the point that they are uncomfortable, please call your veterinarian. Don't just try to do something over the counter. There really are a lot of different effective treatments and options that we have for itching dog, but the #1 thing is we got to have a diagnosis so that we can treat the pet appropriately.
Cats too?
Cats too.
Really?
Very similar. Cats tend to get allergies as well. They tend to have you know, itchy skin and scabbing and fur loss. The #1 cause of itching in both dogs and cats is parasites, is fleas.
Really?
So even an indoor cat can get fleas, and that can certainly cause skin disease. So that's definitely something that you need to be wary of as well.
If you use a flea collar, it has been very rainy, but the flea collar should be on by now?
Flea collars, not my favorite form of flea control unless you're talking about something like a Seresto collar, or that's the only name brand I'll point out. But yeah, you should start treatment now. So, and really now, primarily for the tick control, because once it's over 40, 45 degrees, we start seeing ticks. So,
and is it going to be a bad year for ticks again?
Our suspicion is that it will be. Our climate and our you know, area is changing as far as ticks and tick-transmitted diseases is concerned. So really, we're just saying every pet should be on flea and tick control as opposed to strictly just flea control.
Makes good sense. And again, talk to your vet about it. Don't self-prescribe.
Just don't. There's options that are good over the counter, but there are options that may not be as effective and may not be as safe. So please just consult with your veterinarian on whether something that you're looking at is really a reasonable option.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, everybody. Dr. Wailagala, thank you so much. And Betty Boop, we hope that you're going to find yourself, she actually answers to that name, find yourself in a lovely new home. Dustin, thank you so much.